Disappointed for him because we had a chance there, and that would have been pretty special.
What do you tell the offensive line after that first drive with all those penalties?
Man, if I had a nickel for everything we're doing to try to avoid those mistakes, I'd have a lot of nickels. We got to lock in. I know crowd noise can be a factor. It's a factor in our home stadium too, but the penalties don't seem to go our way, and we'll just double down again and keep trying to make sure those things don't happen.
On a block extra point, did you guys consider going for two to make it 14-11 there?
We did. I thought about it. I was thinking about it as the drive was going on, but I thought there was too much time left in the game. I've seen people go for two and not get it, and then trade a field goal for a touchdown, and you wish you had the point back. We needed to go score a couple more times to have a chance to win it anyway. So we talked about it on the headset and decided to kick it.
In the first blush, maybe the emotions here in the first 5 minutes after the game, does your mind go to how you guys competed with Oklahoma or the mistakes that kept you from winning?
Both. Well, the first thing I got to do is congratulate Oklahoma. That's a fine football team with some really good coaches and a bunch of talent. I'm so proud of our players and how they fought and competed with that type of team on the road. I told them after the game, everything they want to accomplish this year is right in front of them. We're going to get more opportunities to win a big game. But if they play like that, like we played today all year and fight that hard all year, we're going to have a chance in a lot of games. And as disappointed as I am, I'm happy for the way that they competed.
This got the drive right after the long catch by Xavier Betts. Was that the first down inside the 20? Was that a broken play, or were you trying to get a timeout there?
I don't know what happened. We have to talk. I didn't want to burn the timeout, but we signaled in basically trips right, and we called trips right. It either got signaled in wrong or they lined up wrong. And Adrian made a decision not to burn a timeout and to try to get what he could on the play. Those things can't happen, so I don't know exactly what happened. I wasn't watching the signaler, but no, that was costly.
What do you say to Tom today to have Omar, Xavier, your tight ends back in the offense?
Yeah, we looked different with those guys out there. I thought the tight ends did a great job in the run game. We need to keep putting the ball in the air downfield and back people up. Omar and Xavier are going to help us do that. We were more of a complete team today. We just got to finish drives. Seemed like we were handling the line of scrimmage and running on them well until we get down inside about the 25, and then didn't move everything the same way. So we have some things to fix and a lot of things to build on.
What do you say to Connor? He's been so good last year. For whatever reason, he's not getting it done.
Yeah, Connor missed a lot of camp with an injury, and I don't know if it's lack of reps or what it is, but I know how good he can be. I've seen it. It was my decision to put somebody else in to kick, and we went with Kellen. It wasn't so much that he missed the kick, it was kind of his reaction after the kick to me. But then he came back in and hit his next one. Kicking game cost us a bunch of points today, and that's happened too often. Know how much attention to the detail in that has been paid by our coaching staff and our team. We've got to get it figured out.
How would you characterize right now, Scott, your level of confidence with the offensive line?
It's work in progress. I know we got good players up there. Most of them are still young, but we got to move people a little better. It's got to be a little more consistent in the run game. Everything in the offense can work better if we can hand it off and get yards. And yards are tough to get and against a team like this. They're tough to get in the Big Ten with the defenses we see. But we got the guys that can do it. We got to be more consistent.
Did you think your defense coming in could slow down Oklahoma? I think it was the first time since 2016 they scored 24 points.
Yeah, I didn't know. We had a plan going into the game. We wanted as few possessions for both teams as possible in the first half, and we knew the only way we'd do that is we could control the ball and get some first downs on offense. That meant getting some third downs. I thought we did that well. Thought the defense played a great first half. Thought we got an illegal crackback block on their first touchdown that might have taken those points off the board, and that didn't get called, but I need to see that on tape. thought the offense did a good job sustaining a few drives. We just got to finish them. But I told the boys that if we came into halftime ahead or right in the game, I thought we were going to win, and we had our chances to.
Is there anything you can share on Gabe?
Yeah, we're going to reevaluate him when he gets back. Looks like he could miss a little bit of time.
How are you guys able to convert so many third downs, especially in the first half?
Hey, we got a pretty good quarterback. He had all his weapons out there. Thought Ramir played a good game. Some of the receivers made plays. At times we protected better than I've seen us protect. Wasn't happy with the protection, to start the 2-minute drive. We were basically in a 7-man protection and can't give those up. We have a lot to work on, but again, we have a lot to build on too.
What is it about Ramir that moved him to kind of a leading role there?
All those guys are so even right now that we're letting them compete all week in practice, and whoever practices the best gets to go. And I thought that's the hardest I've seen Ramir run. He's got speed that makes him a little bit different, and I thought he played a good game.
Scott, this whole last 24 hours, even 7 days, has been sort of dripping with nostalgia. Did you feel a greater sense of opportunity or urgency or expectation from the historical perspective of this?
I did. I can't say enough about Oklahoma. That was our bitter rival for so many years. But I've talked to people that came down, and they say how well they were treated here. I got a ton of respect for Coach Grinch and Coach Riley in this program. He inherited it from Coach Stoops, and it was in good shape, and he's kept it rolling or improved it. We're trying to get back to that level. I think we showed today that we're close. I root for Oklahoma every time they're playing, unless they're playing us. I think a lot of this team and this place and the people here.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Thanks, Scott. We'll bring a couple players in. 17. Yeah, one ball is gone.
Michigan State's tough also.
They have been so far. Yeah.
They're a pressure washer.
I'd say they're all that different from
Well,
in their output. I don't think they're the same style.
no.
Maybe
a little better. What does that score for? 6. It's so quick.
Oh, Jesus.
That's good win. That's good win.
I'd say this. Sometimes when you play 2 big games in a row, I don't know how to play this much. It's hard to get up.
Good try. Nobody. Is there anybody out there?
Reimer and Ramir Johnson, that's it. So
Thank
far.
you. Thank you.
We'll have Adrian and I think JoJo in here, so other guys are filing out for
Thank you. What are your emotions after that one? You feel good? Yeah. Just frustrated, or?
Well, you come to a school like Nebraska, you expect to win every game. So our guys aren't into moral victories. We want to win games, simple as that. There are definitely a lot of positives to take away from today, and we will do that once we watch the film. But at the end of the day, we lost the game, so that is that.
What's maybe the biggest what if in your own mind as you replay that game a little bit? Where are the moments that you're like, I wish we'd had that moment back?
Yeah, well, there's definitely a couple. Because we had our chances to take them down. And I'll start with the first drive. We got a field goal, and we had maybe 4 penalties on that one drive. Just unacceptable for what we're trying to do. And then the opening drive of the second half, we needed to finish that one and at the very least come away with some points, and we did neither. So fixable things, self-inflicted errors that we need corrected and that you can't make when you're playing a really good football team.
You seem to have really good protection early on, and it kind of wore down a little bit as the game progressed. What were you seeing in terms of what maybe Oklahoma changed, or in terms of protections you guys had set up where they were able to get you a little bit more? Yeah,
well, that's something I'm going to have to watch back on film, but I had faith in our guys all day long, and I felt sturdy back there, and when a guy broke free, confident in my ability to get away from him. Protection-wise, we mixed in a little bit of 5-man, 6-man, and 7-man protection, and we did that throughout the game. So I never lost faith in those guys, and we knew that was one of their strengths on defense, pass rush.
Even though you guys only had 3 points in the first half, you guys were still really good on third down. You also had that fourth down conversion. How were you so successful in the first half specifically, even though it kind of tailed off again in the second half?
Yeah, well, I'd credit that to the coaches. We had some great game plan stuff for them, and our guys executed it. Yeah, we had some answers for what they were doing, and we stuck to them.
Did you envision this type of game? Did you envision Nebraska playing the third-ranked team on their home field this close?
Yeah, I envisioned us winning. Simple as that. You have to have that mentality going into a game, and our guys believed it. Like I said after week 1, we were never discouraged. We know the type of team we can be, and we can beat anyone on any given Saturday. We just have to execute.
What does Betts and Manning add for you guys? I think you hit them 4 times combined today.
Yeah, well, they're dynamic playmakers, and I don't say that as hyperbole. Those guys are good. Those guys are good, and we're continuing to bring them along, and they made some plays for us, and they knew they're going to have to step up today, and they played their part.
Adrian, do you leave discouraged or encouraged here today?
We'll see what the tape says, but at the end of the day, we lost the game. So that's what matters when you play for a school like Nebraska. You have to win. Point blank, period.
When you have those
call starts by the offensive line after the drive. Is your first instinct to go rip on your teammates, or do you let the position coach handle that?
No, yeah. So those guys know. You know, a lot of those guys are their own harshest critics, and especially when it comes to something like that, we've definitely harped on it. They know. I know. It was more positivity today. And our guys, like someone else alluded to, they were holding up really well up front, and they were doing a good job in other areas. So they know that, and maybe it's a little, hey, pat on the butt. Got to get that corrected. Let's settle in here, and they did.
On that first that play that seemed like a rush snap, was that what was happening there in terms of the clock running out and you getting the snap and all that?
Yeah, we were just misaligned. There was a little bit of a miscommunication there, and I had already wasted a timeout earlier that possession. I didn't want to waste another one for a later drive in the game, so pretty much ate that one.
What's the biggest positive from this performance that you're going to use going forward into conference play?
Yeah, we know the type of team we are. We can beat anyone any given Saturday. We just have to execute. Even today, we had some self-inflicted errors on special teams, on offense, that we can clean up. And if we clean those things up, we're coming out of here as the winning team. So knowing what we're capable of and knowing that a lot of these errors were fixable.
Hey, Adrian, there were a lot of sudden change situations today that you guys seem to handle better than in your previous loss this year. How much focus has that been for you guys in getting ready for games and practice and drilling those situations?
Yeah, well, I think it just comes down to not necessarily losing. You don't want to lose focus on what's at hand, right? You don't want to buy into all the external noise, whatever else is going on. So our guys were focused. Our guys went out and executed their jobs.
Adrian, I know you got to focus on the play at hand, but at any point in the last 24 hours, did you kind of sense the history of this event?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I knew that all week. All week, the importance of this game, the game that we were honoring. It's an awesome tradition and one that I wanted to be a part of and I wanted to make my mark on. So I am disappointed we weren't able to come out with the win, and there's definitely a huge significance in this game. And I know our fans, I know their fans are really pumped up about it.
I know you lost, but what was the fun level for you today? Is this the most enjoyable college game you played in?
It's hard to compare, but it was awesome. It was. The atmosphere, just how close you are on the sideline. I mean, we maybe had a foot of room over there, and I loved it. You know, I had the student section chirping me, let's go, bring it on, you know what I mean? So you got to love it. It's a part of college football, and I was happy to be here today.
Thank you, Adrian. We'll bring JoJo up, and then the rest of the guys will be interviews outside. So. JoJo with 12 tackles, tied his career high. JoJo, did you kind of look around and walk off the field? It looked like you were taking it in maybe a little bit.
I love this game and everything that comes with it. You know, win, lose, or draw, you play to win the game. So that, I mean, yeah, I was just appreciating the moment, appreciating the atmosphere. It was fun. It was a fun stadium to play in. Loved the grass. The grass was fast. The fans were crazy, like Adrian alluded to. Like it felt like Iowa, how the fans were just on top of you. So it was fun atmosphere. That's why we play.
What do you think the old guys from 1971 would think about how you played today?
I hope they're proud of us and the fight and the resiliency that we embodied today, and how those guys are heavyweight fighters, and they just, when they punch you, they just expect you to be knocked out. And we just kept getting up. We were down, but we were never out, down to the last drive. So, I mean, we spotted them 9 points, and we lost by 7.
It's a loss, but does it embolden you at all as a defense or as a team, knowing that you've got 8 Big Ten games staring at you?
I mean, yeah, we're going to build on this. We're going to build on this. We're not looking at taking any steps back. This was a game where our offense took strides. We have playmakers on offense, and we had guys step up today. Our offensive line stepped up today. Adrian, and the resiliency and the heart that he plays with, man, it's so easy to rally around that guy, and I love playing with him. And then us defense, like, we can be great. And it's really, if we choose to be great each and every moment out there, it's a long game. It's hard to stay engaged for 3.5 hours with a crazy environment and stress on you. So We love it though, and that's why we play, and we can be a lot better.
Was there if you could think of a what if in this game, what is a drive or a moment you as a defense would like to have back?
Wish I would have picked that ball. Really just third downs probably. Just third downs. I mean, they had a good quarterback that was good at extending the play, and the receivers knew that, and they do a great job of, wiggling around. We got to plaster our coverage, and if we could just get off the field on a couple more of those third downs, that would have been big time.
Where does he rate in terms of the quarterbacks you've faced in your career?
I'm not going to rate him.
There was some talk about the importance of limiting possessions, especially in the first half of this game. And you go to the locker room, it's a 4-point game. How did you guys feel about yourselves coming out for the third quarter, especially knowing you had the ball?
Yeah, we were just trying to withstand that first that wave. So when they marched down the field and took up half the quarter, that was that first punch. And then we buckled down on defense. Offense got 3 points out of the half, and so we went into the half, right where we wanted to be. This is a game for the taking, so that's all you can ask for versus a program like this. So we have so much to improve on, but we're going to build on this. We're going to be better from this. This is a building block to the team we're going to become.
You guys have mistakes that you had to bounce back from, in the special teams, similar to your game in Illinois. Did you see a different level of ability to withstand some of that stuff today in comparison to that first game?
Yeah, like I said, the resiliency of this team was amazing today. I was so proud of how the guys rallied around one another and how we never put our head down. We understood that they had momentum at times, but we're going to keep fighting. So we never rolled over, and I'm proud of our guys for that. It's a mental battle with the special teams. Like, it's all between the ears. We got some talented dudes that care a whole lot. It's just in between the ears. We got to be about it each and every day, every moment, so that when you're on the big stage, it's just second nature.
All right. Thank you, JoJo. Thanks, guys. Exit out this way, and then we're probably still doing some other interviews out by the bus.
Yep.